Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cryptopolitan. I'm Satoshi Sean. Today is Thursday, the 9th of May. Really appreciate you stopping by. If you could please crush that like button, it really helps us out. If it's first time here, hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. We get news videos out to you every day. This is actually my second time doing this report. I had some technical difficulties with the first one. Another reason why I'm not in the corner there, but I'm going to still get this out. First, let's jump over to the Cryptopolitan where we have all your news laid out in easy to reach sections, whether it's altcoin news, Bitcoin news, industry, stuff on regulation. It's broken down into different sectors. Also, coin analysis on all your top coins. All right. One of the really cool news: Swiss Post, our post office, Swiss Post, is collaborating with a blockchain company for improved solutions. They're using it for supply chain. According to the latest reports, Swiss State Postal Service, known as the Swiss Post, has collaborated with blockchain company Modem in order to grow solutions for monitorization, not monetization, but monitorization of temperature for batches. They're basically using the blockchain and supply to track supply chain and for temperature regulated packages and things. They're doing it with scans, sensors. It looks pretty cool. Um, Switzerland is one of the most friendly crypto friendly companies and blockchain friendly companies I think out there. Um, there's some with like more investment and stuff like that, but I think Switzerland is one of the biggest that's really into the fintech part of it. Okay, next we're gonna also go over Facebook and their Libra project again. Um, they are launching this year. I'm sure there's a lot of news on Facebook this year because it's coming. Um, this is a story. I don't believe what they have released, but I'll go over it. Facebook is about to release its own crypto. In the meantime, it's also adjusting its policies of advertising, following which people who wanted to advertise or promote cryptocurrencies will once again be able to do so. If you've been involved in the crypto sphere and you tried using Facebook at all, especially during the bull run, year and a half or so ago, it was next to impossible. They actually were banning accounts. Um, they were canceling ads, no ads at all. You couldn't bring up cryptocurrency. It was a red flag issue. Um, I had ads. I couldn't even have a Satoshi Sean page. I had ads pulled. So now they're laxing that, of course, because they're coming out with their own cryptocurrency. They've kind of it's like everyone said. They have companies and governments need to jump on board, or else they're going to shoot themselves in the foot and be left behind. This, I think, is one of the symptoms of that. Facebook is now they don't want to be a victim of their own propaganda, their hate, and they've pushed for cryptocurrency all the time while developing their own, which that did come out about a year or so ago. The hypocrisy of it, but now to come out with that after pushing that narrative for so long, it's going to be detrimental to what they're trying to do, and they're pumping like $1 billion into this. But according to Facebook, permission to advertise on their website is the result of the heavy feedback they received after they put a ban on the advertising of crypto, and is not specifically related to its own launch of its own stablecoin. Like I said, I don't believe that for a second. The big feedback and outpouring of anger was a year and a half or 2 years ago when they instituted this. It's not now. Nobody cares now. It's accepted. That's just Facebook doesn't allow it. You don't do it. That sucks. Whatever. But everyone's moved on. No one's really mad about it. People were mad about it. People tried to fight it. I, wrote emails. I told them I was really mad about it. I told them it was not fair. So obviously it's because they're releasing their coin and they know it's coming out. But this thing is going to be huge, and I think it's going to change everything. Uh, People don't really think about how big this is going to be. It's not just going to be like a side thing. They're going to base the whole ecosystem around it. Project Libra was meant to be an easy way for its WhatsApp users to transfer money, but is now a much larger scope. It includes payments for reviewing ads. That is very blockchain, and a means to shop online. and it means for e-commerce, not just for Facebook. So I think they're going to develop a whole marketplace. It's going to be a very big ecosystem, which their currency is going to be involved in. Also, with the to be used on WhatsApp, the really strong stance that the Chinese government has taken and banning all cryptocurrencies on WeChat, and the rumors that Facebook has done a lot of concessions for the Chinese government and has maybe given them some information they're not supposed to. I think this might be the currency that's going to be pushed through China. That's what's going to be for Chinese people to use through WhatsApp. Just a thought and a personal opinion. All right. Also, blockchain startups, which I've been involved in a lot of startups this year. A couple, 5 ICOs that I've either been directly on the team or as an advisor to the team, and it has been a rough time through this winter. Let me tell you. But data about blockchain data startup Data Gumbo, they raised $6 million. They're out of Houston. They're doing this in order to improve the blockchain sector. Houston technology company Data Gumbo has established a system to align their smart contracts by using blockchain technology. To materialize this plan, the company has raised $6 million so far. They had partnered with a oil company. Now, since they have done that, other oil and gas companies are also looking at the technology with interest. It helps in effective collaboration with other companies. Data Gumbo has made its partnership with Saudi and Norway companies, which are two of the biggest producers in the world. The digital exchange of data is fast, more cost-effective, and compared to traditional technologies. My nephew is in the oil industry. He works out in West Texas. And a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, I was trying to explain crypto and blockchain, and I thought it would work to use his own industry. So I used oil, and I said, imagine the distributed ledger technology is a network of computers connecting your companies, all the rigs, all the oil rigs, but also connecting those to all of the refineries. So you know what refinery you're going to get the best price at, whether it's closer, if it's worth it, if you can get $10,000 more to go to a refinery that's in Louisiana versus one that's in Texas, but it would cost $3,000 more in transportation costs, that's still worth it because you would make $7,000 more on that load. But that's all information that you would have at your fingertips because all this stuff's connected. And then I said, and imagine if other oil companies came on and became part of that blockchain, and then all of their rigs and all of their drilling sites were connected all over the world. You could have instant information to soil content, to atmospheric conditions, all these different things immediately all over the world and how they're affecting the oil coming out of the ground. And he was like, oh, that's really cool. I said, and yeah, and then you would have a cryptocurrency that would be a utility that these different companies would use to pay for that information, to get it. And as I'm explaining it, I was like, man, that's actually a good deal. That's a really good idea. I should kind of talk to someone about that. So that's what they're looking at doing, which is pretty cool. Even though I came up with that, I should have trademarked it, but whatever. Open source, man. Speaking of China, China Sequoia. Sequoia is it's a U.S.-based venture capital firm that is huge. They're in the trillions. So they're massive. But China Sequoia is about to fire about a quarter of its workforce for a few reasons. One of them has to do with the crypto market and the decline there. But I think also a huge part of it is the militant stance that the Chinese government has taken against crypto, and also the trade war with the United States and China. So they're about to cut as much as 20% of their assets. And in the recent news media informed that First Digital Resources has publicized their ideas to get rid of some of its employees and its exploration division. A decision was taken due to the bearish tone of the crypto market. So a lot of things are affecting it. I think things are going to get a lot worse over there in China if they don't kind of jump on board and just kind of give up some of that control. But that's not what the Chinese government is famous for doing ever. That's about it. I want to go over one part of the Cryptopolitan. That's the event sector. Um, there is the BlockerCon 2019 in June. If you just click on the events, it'll take you to this page here. And then you can see BlockerCon's June 4th to 6th. It's in Bristol. If you click on that link, it'll actually take you right to the event's website. Bam. And there's a story here. It just goes over a little bit more about what it's set up to do. They're going over the usual blockchain, fintech, all this other stuff. One thing they're going to hit on, which I think is cool, is the use of blockchain for helping the homeless, fighting the drug trade, and also charities and NGOs, which I think is one of the biggest and coolest uses for blockchain. I've talked about it for years. I've done some reviews on like Carebit, Pause. These are like nonprofit companies that are set up for people and charities to use them, but they'll track that charity donation. Now, I think the charity industry, that's a real word, industry, yeah, is one of the places that needs transparency more than anything else, because you're not buying something from them. You're giving your money with 100% trust that they're going to do what they say and help what you want them, the people or the thing that you want them to help. Whether it's giving aid to people, helping the homeless, animals, whatever. You need to know that if you give $100 to this charity, how much of that is going to actually go to help that group you want to help. I mean, if you give $100 to a charity and you're on the blockchain, you can track it. You know how much went out for rent, how much they took for logistics, and so on. So that $90, that $100 went to a homeless shelter or went to a program. Whereas a lot of big charity groups have been caught just wasting tons and tons of money because they are nonprofit, but being nonprofit doesn't mean you can't spend money. So out of that $100, only $25 or $20 could actually go to what you wanted it for. The rest of it can go for super high salaries, trips to conventions or vacations, lavish offices, company cars. A lot of waste is still within the law, but it's definitely not moral, and that is exposed through blockchain. So that's one of the best use case for blockchain is through charities, I think. Also, it has to do with supply chain too. You can track the donation of what it went for, like food and aid, like to say Africa. You can check it all along the route. If anything is stolen or there's black marketeering, things like that, all of that's evident on the supply chain if you put that through the blockchain. So it's another way to track it and keep everything honest along the whole process. That's about it for today. Thursday, the 9th of May. I'm Satoshi Sean. It was great hanging out with you. I'm working on a couple big things for tomorrow. Doing some research on these stories. I will get them out to you and see you guys in the next video.